In the silent chambers of time, the story of modern India unfolds, from the pulse of ancient trade to the whispers in colonial corridors. Our history was not just written, it was recorded. Welcome to Rent-Free Sleep. Tonight, we dive into the wealth of records that hold the soul of India's past. From the mid-18th century to the twilight of the 20th, an abundance of historical material helps us retrace India's journey through modern times. At the heart of this record-keeping lies the machinery of the state. The papers, files, and documents of government agencies layered across decades offer a lens into power, trade, and transition. Every decision, every decree, every change, traced step by step. Long before the British Crown ruled India, it was a company that held the reins. The East India Company merchants turned masters. From 1600 to 1857, their detailed logs tell us about trade winds and treaties, spice routes and silk roads, profits, politics, and power. When the Crown took over, the paperwork didn't stop. It only expanded and deepened. But it wasn't just the British. The Portuguese, the Dutch, and the French left behind their own paper trails. Though their empires faded, their records speak of coastal forts, pepper markets, and rivalries on the Indian seas. Through their eyes, we glimpse not just trade, but glimpses of India's political soul. Then there are the voices beyond the official, memoirs of rulers, biographies of revolutionaries, the awe of travelers who crossed oceans to see India's marvels. In the late 1700s, newspapers and journals began to whisper the pulse of the nation. By the 19th and 20th centuries, they became windows to a changing world, where ideas, protests, and dreams flowed like ink. But history isn't always written. Sometimes it's painted, or sung, or told at night by a grandmother by the fire. Paintings capture forgotten battles. Poems hold unspoken resistance. And oral stories passed from lips to ear-scary truths, too deep for paper. This too is history, alive, breathing. Modern historians rely on four main types of archives: central archives, state archives, records of subordinate authorities, and judicial records. From dusty courtrooms to colonial offices, each record is a thread in India's vast historical tapestry. And beyond the border, in foreign lands, lie private archives and forgotten letters that still whisper India's name. Central Government Archives. The National Archives of India in New Delhi House, vast official records of the East India Company and British colonial administration. From military and political files to education and reforms, these archives unveil the mechanics of colonial rule. Even survey journals from the 18th century offer insight into social, geographic, and economic realities of the time. 2. State Government Archives. Each state holds its own treasure trove. Records from princely states like Jaipur, Bhopal, and Travancore give us a glimpse into local governance. The Peshwa Daftar in Pune is vital for understanding Maratha power before British conquest. 3. Archives of the three presidencies. The presidencies of Bengal, Bombay, and Madras maintained meticulous records. These tell the tale of trade, diplomacy, and the rise of British power in India's east, west, and south. These archives are crucial for understanding regional politics and resistance. 4. Archives of other European powers. Portuguese records from Goa, Dutch archives from Malabar, and French documents from Puducherry reveal the ambitions and failures of other European empires in India. Judicial records. Court records from Fort St. George, Fort William, and Bombay's Mayor's Court are among the earliest judicial archives. These legal documents, including wills and civil disputes, offer clues to societal norms, family structures, and colonial law. Published archives, British parliamentary papers, select committee reports, and Royal Commission findings offer deep insight into how colonial policies were debated and implemented. These are essential for studying education reforms, famines, and administrative changes. Private archives, from the letters of Indian nationalists to the ledgers of colonial-era businessmen, private archives tell the personal side of history. The Nehru Memorial Museum in Delhi is a goldmine for documents from the freedom movement, memoirs and travel writings. Missionaries, traders, and civil servants left behind vivid descriptions of Indian life. These memoirs provide personal, sometimes biased views of culture, religion, and politics. Writers like Bishop Heber and Abbé Dubois offer valuable, if Eurocentric, perspectives. Newspapers and journals, from the Bengal Gazette in 1780 to Kesari, Amrita Bazar Patrika, and revolutionary papers like Gadar from abroad, India's press was both a witness to and a weapon in the freedom struggle. Vernacular and English papers shaped public opinion and challenged British narratives. Oral history, oral traditions, folk songs, and personal recollections, though often overlooked, serve as powerful historical evidence, especially for marginalized communities. They add emotion, nuance, and human experience to the cold data of official records. Creative literature. Novels like Anand Math by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay and regional works by Vaikom Muhammad Bashir or Thakaji Siva Sankara Pillai reflected and shaped the political consciousness of the people. These are not just stories, but tools of resistance. Art and paintings, company paintings, folk art, and later nationalist art by Raja Ravi Varma or Nandalal Bose serve as visual records. From the 1857 revolt to mythological revival, art mirrored India's changing identity and aspirations.